So next we're going to talk about how to actually apply the tan. I decided not to apply the tan as I'm talking because I easily lose my train of thought and I get a little nervous making videos anyways, so I didn't want to distract myself and lose my train of thought. So afterwards I'm going to do a little sped up video of applying it. So when we're gonna apply it, you're gonna make sure you take your time, like I said before. You can apply it with a brush, and I'll be using the OhSo organic body brush. Super nice, really soft, nice thick bristles, so just a really nice way to evenly apply it. You can use your bare hands or you can use gloves over your hands, but if you're using gloves, make sure that you have the correct size because you don't want them all loose on your hands. You can get streaks that way. Next, you can mix a little bit of lotion in with your self tanner. What that does is just makes it glide really nice and evenly, adds a little bit of moisturizing to your skin after the tan, and also it helps extend your product so you get a little more out of it. So just remember that that does dilute the product a little bit, so it's not going to be as dark as if you just used it by itself. Some people really like that option for their face, so they'll do their body with either no lotion at all or just a little bit of lotion, and then for their face they'll put a little more lotion in it. Just a lot of people like their face a shade lighter, so that is a really nice option that you can do. And you don't have to do that, it's just another option for you if you want it. It is a really nice product all on its own too. So next you are going to apply the tanner all over your body. You can either apply it directly to your body and then rub it in, or you can just put it right on the brush and then rub it in. And you want to make sure that you rub it in circular motions. So just rub it in like you would lotion, same with if you're using your hand. So you're rubbing it in and just going in circular motions. Make sure it's fully rubbed in. So again, use that mirror, check it out, make sure that you are getting everywhere and you're not having any streaks. And a good tip is to start at the bottom and work your way up. That way when you're bending over and stuff, you're not messing up what you've already done. Then you're going to repeatedly check that mirror to make sure you're getting everywhere. If you have someone to help you with your back, that is a really nice option. But even if you don't, you can just keep reaching different ways and reaching your back. You'll eventually get it all. And like I said, it takes a little longer to get the back, and it takes a little practice to get used to doing that. So when you're doing your hands, you want to make sure you put your hands like a claw that gets in the knuckles, and just make sure that you're getting all around. And then if you're using your bare hands or a glove, a really nice tip is for the ankles, feet, wrists, hands, and face. If you just take a makeup brush and apply it to those areas that I just mentioned, that just really makes sure you're getting in all those areas and getting a nice even application. And if you are using the brush, you don't need another brush, just use the same brush. And what I like to do is just use any extra leftover that I have on here. I don't apply any extra when I'm doing my hands and feet, so I just use what's the excess, what's left over. And you can use a self tanner to blend tan lines too. I have some tan lines right now, so you can just take a little bit of product and blend those in. Once you already have one layer on, you can go back through and then add a little more, just darken it up in those areas that you have tan lines. And then the last thing is, once you've got it all applied and it looks all even and stuff, you just want to make sure that you are fully dry before you get dressed. So if you feel like it's taking a long time or you're in a hurry, you can use a blow dryer on the cool setting and blow dry yourself to speed that process up before getting dressed in your nice loose fitting clothes. We are done the process of actually applying the self tanner. We're looking all bronzed and beautiful, and I just have a few last tips for keeping your tan looking good. So after you have applied it and it all looks good, if you used your hands, your bare hands, make sure you wash your hands. If you don't, they will turn orange. Make sure you're getting in between your fingers too, because that's where the solution really likes to, and the lotion likes to stick in there. So make sure you're getting between there. You can apply some powder, especially if it's the summertime and it's a little warm. You can apply some powder to areas that tend to get sweaty or crease, so areas like elbows, armpits, neck, things like that, just for a little bit of extra protection to not get streaks. And then, as I said, you're going to leave it on for 6 to 8 hours. Make sure you are not getting wet or sweating during that time. And then you want to make sure that you are still wearing sunscreen when you have your self tan. I'm really missing spray tanning. So when you have your self tanner on, you want to make sure you wear sunscreen. There is no sun protection in the tan itself, so lather up that sunscreen. And then when your tan starts to fade in a few days, you can reapply another layer. I suggest only doing that once though, and then letting it fully blend out and fade off, because if you apply too many layers one after another, it's all going to start coming off at different times with your natural skin cell shedding, so it will start to come off unevenly. So you can apply once, but only once, and then let it fade off. And then the last thing is, if you do happen to notice after you've rinsed that you have a few streaks, or you have a spot that you had some sweating going on, or it's just uneven, what you can do is take a lemon slice or a little bit of lemon juice, and you can rub it into the area in little circular motions, and then take a damp cloth and do the same thing, rub it in little circular motions, and that should blend it in a little bit, and blend that color out to make it a little less noticeable or completely even it out. So I hope these tips and tricks helped. They're everything I have in my tips and tricks repertoire. So for anyone who's nervous about self-tanning or who had a bad experience with self-tanning, follow these tips. And this product is super user-friendly, super easy to apply. Even without all these little tricks I gave you, it is a really nice product that goes on super nice and super easy to apply. So don't be afraid to try it. I promise it will be okay, and hopefully these tips I gave you help. Have a good night, guys.